What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Blank Frank, back again with another video. And today we're going to be talking about teacher exposes a spoiled kid. So this is like in at middle school. Has none. This is by somebody else, not me. Has nothing to do with me. Just letting y'all know that. But this kid named Jared in middle school wanted to be the class clown of his class, like so bad. Like he really wanted to be class clown of his class. So he everyone in the class didn't like him. They didn't like him because what Jared thought, or what he thought was funny, and he thought they was gonna laugh at it or think it would be funny, wasn't funny. Basically, Jared annoyed literally everyone in the class except like kind of like the teacher though, but still, Jared annoyed literally everyone in the class. There's like a couple of examples though, like Jared and like ended up like those like it's called a hydro flask. If y'all know what a hydro flask is, like those water containers and like metal and stuff like that, metal water container, the big ones, basically a hydro flask. He ends up grabbing this kid's hydro flask in the class. He grabs it and he ends up hitting the kid. He ends up grabbing it. He ends up hitting the kid's balls, his nutsack. Ends up hitting the kid's nutsack with the kid's own hydro flask. And he thought it was so funny. He thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Literally, nobody was laughing. Everybody was like, "Ooh, that hurts" and stuff like that. Everyone just thought like, "Why would you do that? That's kind of like insane. That's just wrong," and stuff like that. Then something else Jared did. Jared also like he would mess with like the quiet kids. Like one of the quiet kids was a girl. She was like quiet. She didn't really mess with no one like that. She didn't like cause problems. She would like write in her journal and draw in her journal and stuff like that. So Jared would come along and bother her by like stopping her from drawing and like writing in her notebook. Like he would slap her hand and try to stop her from doing it. Or I mean, and he would also like from like the pages she had drew and wrote in. He would like rip the paper out of the notebook. That's how bad Jared was. And he was always think it was funny, but like everybody was just annoyed by it. But those are like the couple people who he did it to. That I'm pretty sure he did it to like everybody. So as he does that, everybody just doesn't really like him right after that. So Jared, there's like this kid in the class who has four fingers. He doesn't. I don't know like this specific finger that he doesn't have on his hand, but he only has like four fingers. He only like four fingers on his hand, on one hand. So the kid only has four fingers on his hand. So well he let me say that again. But yeah, there's only four kids, four kid. Oh wait, fuck. My bad, y'all. It's late, bro. It's about to be 10 p.m., bro. Like yeah, but so in the class, the kids, the whole like everybody in the class is basically doing a reading assignment where they have to read a book. Pretty sure y'all read a book and like done like talked about the book. Basically had like a whole discussion about the book. Jared, I think he's like in a group with the kid who has four fingers on one of his hands, and them two, Jared and the kid with four fingers in on one hand, are having like a disagreement. They're having like a disagreement about like discussion of the book and stuff like that. Now as they're having like a discussion about the book, Jared, they end up talking louder and louder to the point where Jared, in the argument, they start getting louder and louder until Jared yells out, "You four fingered idiotic freak." Everybody's just in the class. I'm like, whoa, whoa, like it's a bad thing to say. Why'd you say that? You should apologize and stuff like that. So he said it so loud that the teacher got caught attention of it. Teacher comes over there and asked Jared to basically apologize to him, to apologize to the kid with 4 fingers on his hand, because that's just like a horrible thing to say, and he doesn't really tolerate that. He doesn't like that when the students like talk bad about like a student's conditions or something like that. So he basically tells him to apologize for what he said. Say you're sorry, basically. And Jarrett says no, which is just dumb. Why would you say no? He was like no. So then he was like, what do you mean no? Basically. And Jarrett was like, no, I'm not gonna say it because he is one. Like, so as he says no, the kid, the teacher was trying to like basically tell him why would you say no and try to get him to say no. And then as they move away from Jared and the fourth kid with 4 fingers on his hand, Jared and the teacher have to get into an argument after that. And the argument gets so bad that Jared starts talking about the teacher's wife. He starts talking about the teacher's wife. So one thing he said, but it's caught the whole classroom's attention and got everyone just listening and stuff. Well, everyone's already listening, but he said that the teacher. Wait, no, wait, no, wait. I went up a little bit far. So he would start saying bad stuff about his wife at first, and then after he's like, they move away from talking about his wife. Then he starts talking about how the is teacher is like dumb and stupid, and his job what he's doing with teaching them is pointless because none of them are actually learning anything in the class. But just Jared saying it. So yeah, he was saying that literally no one's learning anything in the class, and it was just stupid and pointless, and saying that how he should just quit his job or stuff like that. And then that's when he goes on to say talk about more about his wife. He basically says that it doesn't matter because if your job is pointless, because you're still gonna get promoted either way because you're damn, I'm just saying that wrong, but he was saying, Jerry was saying that it doesn't matter if your job is pointless. Teaching us is pointless because your wife will literally wife will sleep with your boss. Is sleeping with your boss. Basically, what he's saying is that his wife is sleeping with his boss. Basically, if you can say it the other way around too, but I don't know. But saying that the teacher's wife is sleeping with the teacher's boss, which gets him like promotions and like gets him more money and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why it took me so long just to say that, but he basically went on to say that, and the whole class is shocked about what he said, and everyone's just like ooh and ah and stuff like that, and like he just got the whole class jumping. But mind you, the whole class hates this kid. So yeah. So then the teacher fires back and says that, well, it's not my fault that you don't know your own that you don't know your own dad. He said like he was like it's not my fault that you're so mad and stuff like that because you don't know your own dad and stuff like he was saying that. And then Jerry gets mad and he starts yelling like, why did you say that? You told me that you weren't gonna tell anyone that. And it was like, sorry, bro, it's not my fault. Then the teacher was like, sorry, bro, it's not my fault that your mom can't keep your legs closed. He literally said to a kid in elementary school that he's sorry that the kid's mom can't keep her legs closed. Y'all know what that means. I don't know what that means, but he said that. Then after that, Jared gets so mad he storms out of the classroom and he storms out of the classroom. Then the teacher is smiling a little bit, but then he comes back to reality and realizes that he's just a teacher and just exposed a kid's mom for being like a hoe, basically. That's what you're saying. He was saying that his kid's Jared's mom is a hoe. So he was saying, telling to the whole rest of the class that he was sorry for what he said and stuff like that. But then the class didn't mind it though, because when I said in the start of the video, the kid, everyone, literally the whole class was annoyed by him. They all hated him, so I was fine with it. So Jared comes back a couple minutes later with like a dean. If you don't know what a dean is like basically someone in like at the school kind of does like paperwork and stuff like that. It takes phone calls and like they basically have authority over the kids and stuff like that, kind of. But still, so like the dean comes in, asks what's going on. He was like, did Jared, not Jared, but did the teacher? He asked the teacher, did he basically call Jared's mom a hoe? And it was like, yeah. He was like, no. He asked the whole class, and then the whole class said no because they hated him. They didn't really stick up for him or anything like that. They would like, there was nobody broke, like nothing. They was like everybody was cold. Everybody was like, they they basically stuck up for the teacher. Jared gets so mad and he starts freaking out, and the dean was like, I don't know if if something wrong with grades, if your grades, something wrong with your grades, but this isn't a good. I don't know if you were trying to basically get your grades better, stuff like that, but this wasn't it. Alright, this is gonna be the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.